Hey, it is Andy from the FensePost indie music and vinyl blog, and I'm here to bore the shit out of you with a lot of music nonsense, particularly about vinyl and my vinyl collection. Today, we are looking at this album by the band Boat. It's called Songs That You Might Not Like. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the band and the album. I'm going to talk about my history with it, and I'm going to do a little unboxing of this record. Boat is one of those bands that I have seen probably close to a dozen times. Therefore, it's kind of in that top range of bands I've seen more than any other. In fact, at one show, they dedicated a song to my mustache. Originally from, I believe, the Chicago area, Boat relocated to Seattle, Washington, right around the release of this album, Songs That You Might Not Like, in 2006 on Magic Marker Records. That version came out only on CD at the time. The vinyl version didn't arrive as a reissue until 2013. And at that, it's only limited to 200 copies, the first 60 of which came with a nice little poster. In a little bit, I will actually show you that because I got one of those 60 copies. While there are a few CDRs out there of work released prior to the 2006 album, I still consider this to be Boat's debut record. And in the 15, 16 years since Songs That You Might Not Like, they've put out an additional 6 albums. But we're not here to talk about where they've gone since. We're here to talk about Songs That You Might Not Like. And this album, for me, really kind of summed up the earliest days of FensePost. It was 2006, I had just launched the music blog, and I stumbled across this album, and I was immediately hooked. The songs were quirky, the vocals were spit out in this kind of sarcastic, sardonic, throaty voice that I just loved. And they were fun songs. And that is a sound that Boat really put throughout the entire album. This album has become kind of a nostalgic piece for me. It takes me back to the mid-aughts in Seattle when I was living in Ballard and was going to shows every few weekends, which is something that you do in your mid-20s. I'm going to read a little something from my 2006 review of Songs That You Might Not Like. And for the purposes of this video, I have cleaned up the language a little bit. The sarcastic, throaty vocals enhance each track, highlighting awkward fairy tales of lonely children and misunderstood youth. Great for fans of Tullycraft. So let's take a quick look at Songs That You Might Not Like by Boat. The cover matches what you got with the CD. There's really no difference here. The back, you've got the track list, you have the special thanks and additional information about the band, who's in it, etc. One thing that I love about artists like Boat, and there's others out there, you got Chad Van Gallen, you got Fishboy, they are kind of artists on their own as well. And D. Crane from Boat does the artwork for his albums, and I love it. He has a very unique style, and it works for the albums, and it works for Boat. Inside the album, you get a mini version of the album art. I don't know, but it looks like, based on the back, this is actually a sticker, which is kind of cool. And of course, like I mentioned, me having picked up one of the first 60 copies, this came with a cool little poster. Dudes, we've got such a 2006 sound. I love it. And then you have some words up there. I haven't read them. And you've got essentially the same artwork that you see on the cover with the title and the name of the band. Kind of a cool little piece. Maybe someday I'll get it framed and stick it on my wall. And now for the vinyl. The vinyl itself is your standard black wax, and there's just very simple logos. So there you have it. Boat and their album, Songs That You Might Not Like, on Magic Marker Records. And with that, down in the description, you will find a link over to Boat's Bandcamp page where they still have copies available for $12. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.